Here we go. Last Minute Man, coming to you from the studio. I'm here with my good buddy, Mr. Obvious, on this windy weekend before St. Patty's Day. And Mr. Obvious is a little hoarse today, so he doesn't get to talk much, does he? But what are we talking about today, Mr. Obvious?
Oh, we're talking about a wonderful 45 ACP and standard today.
Yep, so come in real close, we'll show you this baby. So here we are with this very unassuming package that we have here. Mr. Obvious, go ahead and crack that baby open.
Oh boy.
Ooh, what's this?
I ain't doing not the white glove, the black glove.
Yeah, he's doing that because he said, I don't want to get you sick too.
Yeah, so I didn't want to handle the gun. So to get him sick too.
He's very thoughtful.
I got a head cold, so oh boy, look at that. It's all dog knotted.
Now I have opened this already, so I've got different grips on it, but it's our pretend unpackaging here.
Oh
but,
boy, look at that.
Would you look at it? All right.
Sweet.
It is, and I'll bring it up here real close. Standard manufacturing. And this is engraved, and of course we are clear, folks. But case color hardened, and would you look at that? Isn't she pretty? Okay.
It's about the prettiest thing I've seen.
Don't tell his wife that.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, I mean, this is honestly one of the most beautiful firearms I've ever seen. I will go so far as to say, Mr. Obvious, it rivals that Colt Python you have.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got an original Colt Python that I always said was the prettiest gun I ever saw till I saw this. And I could just sit here and stare at this thing all day. This is color case hardened, and this is not an acid wash on this. This is actually done the correct way. Now I have changed the grips out. These went to a Kimberly clips, and we'll show the original grips here, and they're walnut. And I took these off because they were very thick grips, okay? And it felt like you were holding on to a Glock, which is not something you should be thinking when you're holding a 1911. Okay, so I took those off. I kind of like the way these looked. I will be doing something very custom in the future with this, but this is an absolutely beautiful firearm. We'll talk a lot about the internals and everything in the after action report, and in fact you may want to stick around if you're serious about purchasing one of these. You're going to want to stick around for the AAR because I've got a lot to say about this, but let's get out here and shoot, Mr. Obvious. All right, so I'm going to let Mr. Obvious fire the first shots out of this baby, and we got some of my hand loads, and these are pretty light, and I did that on purpose. I've got some hotter hand loads up here, and that is not PMC bronze. That is my very own recipe right here, but these are a little hotter. He's going to shoot these really light hand loads, and like I said, I did that on purpose just to see everything's working correctly even with light loads. And then he's got some Winchester white box, and he's going to fire both these babies off, and we're just shooting relatively close, about 30 feet. All right, so I'm going to get real close here to see the cycling of the action. But real quick, Mr. Obvious, I did load these light. Again, I put an 18.5 pound recoil spring in this, and I typically do that with all my 1911s. This is a Wilson Combat spring, and I have the shock buffer in it as well, and I always do that. That's just something I always do with 1911s. But these here is some light loads running about 700 feet per second last time I chronographed them. But Mr. Obvious, see how she shoots.
All right.
Snap. Hold.
Yep.
All right. Drop the mag. Now I wanted to see this. Go ahead and clear. Now these are the factory magazines. They're kind of like a Metgar style. Did it have a round in it? It did not eject.
No.
And like I said, these are light.
It's light.
You can see clearly.
Yep.
I loaded those very light, and I did that on purpose. But trying to cause a malfunction, frankly. All right, but
Yep.
here we go, Mr. Obvious. They should fire the rest of the way. Let's see what
Yeah,
she
it
did.
does a light load. It wouldn't cycle it.
Yep. Really?
That felt kind of light.
Those are all really light.
Yeah, they.
And again, I might have loaded those too light, but I did that on purpose. This thing's got a very tight
Yeah, it's tight.
slide to frame fit, and I did that because these shoot perfect through my Kimber. There it went.
Yeah, that one bucked back on me.
Yeah. All right, you should be empty. All right, so he's switching those out, and I know people are saying, why'd you do that last minute, man? Well, because those do cycle just fine through my Kimber, and I just want to show this thing's got very, very tight slide to frame fit. And like I said, this is a Metgar style is what I'll call it, magazine here, and I want to show that, the follower. And, you know, they seem okay.
Yeah.
But these are factory Winchester. Let's see how they cycle. And we've got this thing wet, guys, so there's no excuses here.
Yeah. It's wet. You can see it on my hand. Ready?
Yeah, she likes it wet. All right, so I'm just mag dumping. We're gonna see how she cycles. And I'm just gonna lay them in there as fast as I can shoot and kind of hit accurate. Sort of. All right, here we go. We ready, Mr. Obvious?
We're ready.
All right, she's going right into battery there. Here we go. Woo! All right. Now we got her a little hot, a little roasty. Now we're shooting some Winchester white box. Now those were running about 860 feet to 880. That's last time I chronographed those. All right, so this Winchester white box. Let's see. Woo! You go out there to 100, Mr. Obvious. Oh. We got a failure to feed. Oh, it went into battery. Safety on. All right, here we go. And this is just hopes and dreams, folks. Hopes and dreams. Here we go. Oh.
Just under it. Just under it.
All right. About this in the AAR. Mr. Obvious, I want you to mag dump here. All right, Mr. Obvious. He's got my hand loads back in here. These are a little hotter than those Winchester, and he's gonna mag dump for America. All right, go ahead, put her through her paces there, brother.
Yep.
All right, empty it.
Ready?
Yes, sir. All right.
I'll wear it out.
Go out there for accuracy.
Yep, done good.
Try shooting at the 100 out there. It's just gets and shiggles, folks. Gets and shiggles. Pardon the wind. You're hitting way to the left. It's the wind.
Wind's
Yes, oh, you hit it. Is it empty?
Yep. It didn't lock back.
It didn't lock back again. Well, that's the magazine, I'm sure. But what do you think?
Shoots good. I had to hold off to right of the target.
It is accurate, and I've shot this quite a bit at home. But all right, so I might as well go ahead and try to shoot out there. My first shot in this is a light load, and the rest of them are my hotter loads. So let's see what they do. 100 yards. Gets and shiggles, baby. Here we go. Let's see if we got the luck of the Irish.
Oh!
Where am I hitting?
I don't know.
I hit it once.
Low, way low.
All right. So I did hit it once, so
Yeah.
hooray for the Irish. And we are back with our after action report. And what do we have to report today, Mr. Obvious?
We're going to report a beauty queen that thing is.
Yep, she is a very, very beautiful firearm. Let's go ahead and look at what she comes with. Of course, you come with these grips, and personal preference, I do not like those. But you get 2 mags. And like I said, these are a Metgar style mag, and that, you know, I've never purchased Metgar mags. I typically buy Chip McCormick or Wilson Combat.
Mm-hmm.
So it comes with like a treated rag to wipe it down with. You've got a certificate of excellence is what they have here. This gun has been thoroughly inspected before packaging in our facility. We'll talk about that. We guarantee that this gun left here in perfect condition, no blemishes, scratches whatsoever. True. Be sure if the gun shop opens this gun, it is done with the utmost care. This gun left our facility with no imperfections. And I can attest to that. It was perfect when it got here. And of course, you got your nanny state and you got your owner's manual. And that's what she comes with. And then let's see if they put candy in the bottom. I always check because you never know. All right. I'm always looking for some Skittles or something in there. But anyway, this is an absolutely beautiful firearm. Of course, she is clear, okay? And I have to say, one of the prettiest, if not the most beautiful firearm I've ever owned. Personally.
I want one.
Yeah, it's just absolutely gorgeous. Like I said, I did not like the mags. I put these are just temporary. I threw those on there. I mean, the slide to frame fit, and this is why we were having some malfunctions in my opinion. If you look at this,
That thing is so tight, it's unreal.
there is absolutely no movement. Now, I can take, let's do this. I can take some Flitz or some Mother's polish and lap it, and I may do that. Lap these rails because it is baby tight. We told you all the beautiful, pretty things about this, and I'll actually
checkering on the front and the back.
let's talk about that. The machine quality on this, I mean, is just outstanding. Outstanding machine quality. The mainspring housing is all metal, and this is color case hardened as well. You know, your grip safety, everything is good. Okay. And you do have a match barrel, and that is a really, really tight fit. And this thing is very accurate. I shot it off sandbags at my house. It is shooting spot on, even with my light loads, light or hot, it's shooting spot on. You know, the bushing and all that is very tight. Okay. Now let me tell you, I told you the good.
You ready for the bad?
I'm going to tell you the bad.
Oh no, here it comes.
And you know, Last Minute Man does not pull punches here. So this here standard, and they call themselves the Standard, right? So Standard 1911, model 1911A1, engraved, comes in just under $2,000, okay, for one of these. That's MSRP, okay? They guarantee, so they say, if you go to their website, well, they don't say guarantee, but they claim it's got a 4.5 pound trigger pull out of the box, Mr. Obvious.
Oh, out of the box, huh?
Now, I will show you right now. All right. So, standard manufacturing tells you this is a 4.5 pound trigger pull out of the box. Well, there I got 6.5 pounds. So you see, it definitely did not have a 4.5 pound trigger pull out of the box. It had a 6.5 pound trigger pull. Now, I happen to be a 1911 nerd, I like to work on stuff. So a simple adjustment of the leaf spring, and this is what I got. And now, after some minor adjustments, let me, it's hard to do this one-handed. So I'm going to put this on the edge of the table, like that. After minor adjustments. We're at 5 pounds. Okay, now I call that a leaf spring. It's the sear spring, and you adjust the leaves on that. I'm not going to tell you how to modify your firearm, folks. YouTube gets funny about that stuff, but please do look it up. There are guys far greater than I that will teach you all about that. And they know what they're talking about. There's some good, there's some bad. So do your research. But yeah, I adjusted the trigger pull. We're at 5 pounds now, and that's the best I could do without taking everything out and polishing it. Okay, so when I first got this, I threw in some rounds. I threw in some good stuff. Went out there, shot it. I had rounds, and you saw it actually happening here, popping out and not even ejecting. I mean, I'm talking, they just fell out, okay? This is a control feed. Any 1911 is a control feed, meaning that your ejector in the back there, if you can see it, the ejector is grabbing a hold of the round, it pulls it back, and it hits the extractor right there, okay? And that's what flings your round out, okay? Next round pops up into position, it grabs, goes in the battery. The problem I was having is, you know, and this is something, because I do a lot of this, I knew right off that extractor is not tuned at all, okay? So I take it apart, remove my firing pin block there and everything, and that extractor just falls out, okay? Literally falls out. All right. Now, a good thing, all these internals on here are top notch. I can say that because I've been all through this thing now. The internals are very, very, very sturdy built. I mean, they rival, I'd say, as good quality as, dare I say, Wilson Combat bulletproof stuff. At least it looks like it, okay? And that's what I typically install in all my 1911s is Wilson Combat bulletproof internals, okay? And I do that first thing along with an 18.5 pound recoil spring. But that thing was not tuned at all. It was so bad. I mean, it was just kind of getting it out of the barrel there, okay? That's all it was doing. So if you're the standard, guys, come on. Was this built on a Friday at 3:30 in the afternoon, right before you got out and you just threw parts in there? The sear spring not tuned. The ejector not tuned at all. The mag release. I have never in my life purchased a 1911 with a worse mag release than this. This was the absolute worst, okay? Now I took it out, okay, removed it, took all the guts out of it, which is just a spring and the pin there. There were so many burrs in that. I mean, I'm shocked that they didn't throw it in a tumbler or something before they blued it. I mean, I don't know what the hell you guys were doing, but I had to deburr the whole inside of that to get it to work properly. Okay, still not perfect, but I went through, did that. All right, I can tell you aesthetically, very, very beautiful firearm. Machine quality, I love it. I love that safety. That is, and we'll get in here close. That is a really nice safety. I like that. Very positive purchase. Gives you a good place to place your thumb there, okay? I like the Novak sights, all right? But guys, if you are looking at a $2,000, okay, just under $2,000 1911 here, as far as aesthetically, the most beautiful, okay? Bar none, no doubt about it. It's a work of art. And every single one of these is, I guess it's like a thumbprint, every single one of them. The color case hardening there is just beautiful, 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 okay? But there are things that they didn't do on this that should be done, And guys, you know, and nobody pays me, okay? Mr. Obvious and I don't get paid by anyone, all right? We purchase our own firearms. We do all this ourselves. We get no donations, anything like that. We're not selling anything. We're just enthusiasts that show you the way it is and what we see. And I'm not disappointed with this purchase because another thing on their website, it shows the thumb safety here is engraved as well as the slide release, and these, neither one of them are engraved. So guys, update your pictures on there or send me replacements, please. Okay. And I mean, I'm telling you, a warranty means nothing. Okay. Standard manufacturing. A warranty means nothing if this is the quality you're pumping out. All right. And am I being too harsh here?
Yeah, $2,000 gun, it better be right when it gets here.
It should be, guys. Okay. It should be. Like I said, as far as the machine quality, as far as the fit and finish of the slide to frame fit, barrel lock up, all that is very good. In fact, too tight, and I'm going to have to lap it to get it right. But it shouldn't have left the factory without a tuned ejector at the very least, guys, or extractor. That needs to be tuned. Your leaf spring, if you're advertising a 4.5 pound trigger pull, damn it, it better be. Okay, that's just the way I see it. You know, am I being too harsh? Please comment below. But, you know, and I've never ribbed a company like this, ever. But I paid a lot of money for this, all right? And it's not an El Cheapo, okay? I was going to get the Kimber, you know, 45th anniversary, and I talked myself out of it to get this. And I'm not displeased with it, though. Let me... All right, now I'm calming down. Yeah. It is a beautiful firearm. I will get it shooting correctly, okay? That's not slide serrations on this, guys. They might as well not be there. That's as smooth as glass, okay? You're sweaty or anything at all, you ain't. I can barely grab that, okay? The engraving here is excellent. This is like sandpaper. I mean, it's like grip tape. So that engraving makes it very nice. Actually, you couldn't grab it without that engraving. I do like that it does not have a full-length guide rod. I personally don't prefer a full-length guide rod, okay? This is, like I said, beautiful. Mr. Obvious, you have at it here and tell me what you think.
Oh, well, I love it. I'm with you on this. This is too smooth. I think they should have put dotted lines up there like a little center punch. Something
or made it sharp.
Sharp or sharp edge, either one. Because I mean, even on these gloves, it's a slip. But you grab up here, it's like grabbing sandpaper, nothing moves.
And it is engraved in the back here, and that does give you a purchase.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have a step-up kind of rear sight there so you could grab from the top and pull it back or load it off, rack it off a belt if you wanted to.
Well, I do.
That's just me. I'm a 1911 purist. Well, then people say, well, why isn't it a Colt then? So, you know. But
I do love that safety. Though.
It is very nice.
It's a big, wide safety. I mean, yeah, you're there.
Very nice.
Yep, smooth.
All right, so I really do like this firearm, okay? And yes, I can nitpick. I guess some people say it's nitpicky. If you're going to release something, it needs, in my opinion, at this price point, this thing should fire great. They put a lot of time into this color case hardening. That's not a cheap date. That's not something cheap to do, and I get that. But I didn't purchase this to have a project, okay? I purchased it to have something that is beautiful and works well, and I am a little disappointed. But nothing I can't correct, nothing that isn't fixable, but it's a shame that I have to fix it, okay? But anything to add, Mr. Obvious? Anything?
No, not really. I mean, it's a beautiful gun. I might end up getting me one. I mean, I'm not deterred, but whoever...
I wouldn't tell somebody not to buy one.
No, I wouldn't tell nobody.
But just know what you're getting into. Know what you're getting into.
No, you need to be know something about 1911s in case you have to adjust something or tune it.
Yeah.
Or deburr something in it. I mean,
and you could always take your chances with customer service. I'm sure if I called them, they would apologize, and I could send that to them. Again, if you guys do see this video, that in the pictures on your website, that's engraved. okay? Not a deal breaker, but if they're supposed to be, send them to me, okay? Yeah. Yeah, I would not send that into the company to have it fixed. That's all stuff I can do on my own. And, you know, there's nothing here that is catastrophic. I mean, anything here is just, it's a tuning situation. And slide to frame fit's a little too tight, but we got to give it that 200 round, 300 round break-in is what they claim that you need to do. So I can't be too hard on it right away. But I've watched a lot of videos online on these fellas, and guys are saying, oh man, 200 rounds, not a malfunction. All right, I've owned a lot of 1911s, okay? And, you know, they typically do well, but usually within the first 300 rounds, I've had Kimbers that have never had a hiccup. You know, I've got two actually that have never. They're 100%ers is what I call them.
We just done a video on this one, and it's never jammed or hung up.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And that's the 4-inch.
Yep.
4 and a quarter.
4-inch, and
Yep.
it is never jammed or hung up yet.
Yep. So 1911s are very reliable, folks. Okay, they're very reliable. So don't let this deter you. This is a little too tight in tolerance, but it is more of a beauty queen is what they're doing here, and it's very pretty. We'll give it that 200 round break-in. I'm going to tighten up the extractor a little bit more because it's obviously a little loose. You can tell the rounds are just kind of limp-wristed coming out of there. So we'll tune it. And again, like I said, when I first got it, they weren't ejecting at all. So you know, we'll get her tuned in. I'll polish that trigger up and get her working great. And you know, it's going to be a great gun. It is a great gun. It's just again, MSRP just under $2,000, guys. They need to be working. Okay. Now, I'm not expecting it to come out and be 100% the first 300 rounds. Okay. I'm not expecting it to shoot 100%. But the ejector's got to be, or extractor rather, has got to be tuned. The leaf spring and the, or well, I call it a leaf spring, the sear spring should be tuned, okay? And deburring the mag release, okay? Just an oversight. So, all right. So, anything else to add, Ms. Robbins?
Nope.
I am very happy with it, though. I am, you know, as far as aesthetically, and I will get it running correctly. But yeah, comment below. Let us know what you think. And with that, everybody, remember, keep your knife sharp, keep your powder dry.
Subscribe to Last Minute Man and watch us on
Rumble!